Have you ever tried hiding someone deep in your heart? Unable to let go, yet unable to move on. And trapping yourself in memories, suffering alone? Some say that the more lonely a person is, just like that night, when Athena was trapped in deep sorrow and couldn't pull herself out, a loud noise suddenly came from outside. She quickly put on her clothes and went to the rooftop to check. She saw a figure lying on the ground. But when Athena crouched down to look closely, she was surprised to find that this person had a pair of pure white wings. Who wouldn't be terrified in such a situation? So Athena was so scared that she turned and ran back to her room, immediately calling the police for help. But this absurd encounter was unbelievable even to the police, and they didn't believe her bizarre story at all. Alright, miss, you don't need to be afraid. We will immediately send a SWAT team, all dressed in black, with wings on their backs to come over. It's windy and rainy outside, you should go to sleep early. Seeing that there was no help, Athena had to gather her courage, holding a barbecue fork as a defensive weapon, and went back to the rooftop to check the situation. Hey, tell me quickly, are you a human or a monster? You don't look like a human, nor do you look like a white dove. Don't think you can fool me just by sticking on a pair of wings. I am an angel. An angel? Do you think I'm a 3-year-old child? Are there really angels in this world? Yes, I am one. Then how did an angel fall onto my rooftop? It was a stormy night. I was flying above when I was hit by the rain and fell down. Only an idiot would believe you. Do you have any antiseptic? What? Although Athena said she didn't believe it, her inherent kindness could not be hidden. She still brought out food and antiseptic, carefully helping the angel treat his wounds. It turns out that people who have been lonely for a long time are not afraid of unknown accidents, but are more afraid of living the rest of their lives alone. When your wounds heal, will you be able to fly back to heaven? Yes. But I still have to wait for the holy gate of heaven to open. What gate? The holy gate, just like the door to your house. The angel confessed his origins to her, but the holy gate of heaven has not yet opened, and his wings are injured, so he cannot return. So he hoped to stay at Athena's house for a while. And what's even more magical is that the angel doesn't eat human food. The kindness and warmth given by others are his energy. The more sincerity he feels, the faster his wounds heal. Originally, Athena didn't want to take in this strange angel, but after returning to her room for a while, she finally changed her mind. However, this was not unconditional. Will you really return to heaven one day? Yes. If I let you stay, can you help me take something up there? Yes, take what? Don't worry about that. Athena seemed to have taken in a fallen angel, but in reality, she was leaving a gap for air in her long-closed heart. And all the sudden encounters in this world are actually not coincidences. They are the gentle redemption sent by fate because it pities your loneliness. Just like that, this angel who fell to the human world officially settled in at Athena's place. He gently tucked away those pure white wings and shed his ethereal aura, curled up quietly to rest. The next morning, Athena woke up. She saw a handsome, otherworldly face in the living room. He only needed to sit there quietly, and it was enough to keep one's eyes fixed on him. Seeing the angel searching for clothes to wear on his own, Athena found a pair of shoes and gave them to him. Although they were just a pair of ordinary old shoes, without a fancy style or an expensive price tag, this was the first gift the angel received upon coming to the human world. And the angel, wearing shoes for the first time, was as happy as a child who had received a reward, full of joy. His heart was also filled with pure happiness. Perhaps the angel, unfamiliar with worldly ways, could not distinguish the value of material things. But in the adult world, the most precious thing is not the gift, but that sincere heart and the warmth of being cared for by someone. Adhering to the principle of not freeloading, Athena took him to her aromatherapy training class, and the angel naturally became her assistant. But it wasn't until she introduced this new assistant to the students. Athena asked for the angel's name. "My name is Angel, hello everyone." The students in the audience had already lost interest in the lecture. They were all staring at the new assistant, full of curiosity and amazement. Previously, only Athena was there, lecturing coldly on her own. Now with Angel there to help out, she could relax a bit more. After the class ended, as the two of them returned to the hallway, they happened to run into the neighbor who was just about to go out. The moment the neighbor saw the stunningly handsome Angel, they were instantly deeply attracted. Even their gaze became warm and intense, as if one more look would make their heart jump out of their chest. "Your friend? The small one is, the big one is not." Upon learning that a handsome man had moved in next door, the neighbor immediately found an excuse to strike up a conversation. They even deliberately found topics to get closer to each other. "I am very close with Athena. Everyone calls me Chow Chow. By the way, what is your name?" But this awkward way of flirting made even Athena, who was standing nearby, roll her eyes. But as the conversation deepened, the neighbor noticed that Angel's attention was never on them. Angel was naive and innocent, unable to understand the suggestive flirting, nor did he understand the complexities of social interactions. So when he saw Athena had finished cooking noodles, he took the initiative to help her pour water. But this simple daily interaction created an ambiguous atmosphere in the neighbor's eyes. "What is your relationship?" "What relationship? If you're happy, you can take him out to eat." "Great, let's go out and chat slowly. Is that okay? Come, come, come." "Hey, but you have to wash the dishes first." "Okay. I'll help you squeeze the dish soap." After cleaning up the dishes, the two went to a tavern for a small gathering. This was Angel's first time trying beer. With one sip, he instantly fell in love with the taste. But the neighbor could never figure it out, having been neighbors with Athena for so long. "I am an angel who accidentally fell into her home." "You're an angel? Then I must be the devil you're looking for." "Stop joking. You don't believe me? Follow me into the bathroom." Hearing Angel take the initiative to invite him to the bathroom, the neighbor was stunned at first, then followed with full anticipation, looking back every few steps, following with a face full of happiness. But just as he entered the bathroom, a t-shirt suddenly flew at him. Just when the neighbor thought they could get closer, Angel slowly spread the wings on his back. "I told you, but you wouldn't believe me." He thought it would be a romantic encounter, but he didn't expect to stumble upon a shocking secret. The contrast was absolutely extreme. But from that day on, the two became close friends who shared everything. Then he would quietly leave the house and spend the whole night hanging out with the neighbor. They spent their days together, having fun and playing around. Don't go out often at night. If you're hungry, just endure it for a bit. Don't ever hang out with people wearing colorful rubber shoes. You'll learn bad habits sooner or later. Athena noticed Angel's recent unusual behavior and couldn't help but offer a warning. But at this time, Angel felt he was just having normal fun, and it wasn't a big deal at all. After parting ways with Athena, Angel went to the center of the bar stage and danced spontaneously. Relying on his unique appearance and temperament, he instantly captured the attention of the entire audience and gained the love and admiration of countless people. Everyone was willing to spend money to support him. For an angel, the love and affection of humans is the energy that sustains life and repairs wings. The cheers and excitement under the stage were all nourishment for him, and the neighbor was making a fortune. The endless stream of customers caused his income to soar. However, after getting rich, the neighbor credited Angel's contribution. "It's yours. You treat me to food and give me money. That's not necessary. This is what you deserve. Coming down here, you're in an unfamiliar place. Having some extra money on you is safer. You can also buy things you like to take back up there. No need to pay taxes either, just take it. Alright, thank you. But the prosperity of the human world always hides temptations. The purer and cleaner a person is, the easier it is to be swept away by worldly excitement. And if you're not careful, you'll lose your original intention. I can only sustain my life if they give me their love. So, is anyone's love okay? Yes. Do you want to have a late-night snack before going back? No, I'm full. Never mind, I'll just go home and eat by myself. Can you get full eating by yourself? The next day, when Athena returned home, she was completely stunned. The living room was packed with all kinds of shoes. Angel confessed that she bought them with money she earned. Angel showed off a newly learned dance. Then she also showed Athena the newly learned dance. Are you dancing erotically? So you've been dancing erotically every night? You are vulgar, shameless, and depraved. You have become depraved. I told you not to be with that jerk anymore. That's not right. I can earn money and I can also earn affection. Making those women happy, what's wrong with that? Making them happy? You are tricking them out of their affection. If you really need affection, you should find someone you truly love to give it to you. Instead of going everywhere looking for those short-lived one-night stands. Looking at the mess in the room and thinking about. Looking at the mess in the room and thinking about the time spent in bars. And the way of losing one's true self. The anger in her heart. Athena could no longer suppress the anger in her heart. She scolded Angel sternly on the spot. Since your wings are almost healed, go back to your heaven quickly. Don't indulge here and waste your time anymore. After saying that, she stormed back to her room. That night, both of them suffered from insomnia. Angel sat in the living room, blankly reflecting on where she had gone wrong. Being innocent, she didn't understand adult emotions. She didn't understand that she was just having normal fun. Why it made Athena so angry. And Athena was tossing and turning in bed. What she was angry about was never the shoes filling the room, but feeling heartbroken that she had lost herself. And also feeling heartbroken for the life that had finally been brightened. She had finally stopped being closed off and lonely because of the angel. But now she watched her slowly become worldly and restless. Her heart was full of emptiness and disappointment. The next morning, just as the sky was beginning to brighten, Angel arrived at the rooftop early. She slowly spread her snow-white wings and leaped from the rooftop. Her flight was graceful, steady, light, and free. Clearly, her injured wings had fully recovered. Angel was full of joy and wanted to share this good news with Athena. So she earnestly tried on the newly bought shoes. But after repeatedly trying them on and comparing them back and forth, she still felt that they were the most comfortable. To others, perhaps it was just an old pair of shoes. But to Angel, it was the first bit of warmth she received. It was a thought she cherished most in her heart and couldn't bear to lose. So Angel chose to wear those old shoes without hesitation. Full of anticipation, she headed to the aromatherapy shop. Full of anticipation, she rushed to Athena's aromatherapy shop. But when Angel arrived at the shop without stopping, but saw Athena, who was usually gentle and calm, crying bitterly with her head covered at this moment. Why are you crying like this? I can't recreate it. I can't recreate that scent. What scent? A scent that once made me happy. And was confused. And in order to find out the reason, he immediately turned to find the neighbor, eagerly asking about the reason for the breakdown. Did Athena have a boyfriend? You mean Andrew? Which Andrew? He was a member of the Flying Tigers. He was dark-skinned, sturdy, and tall. He was both handsome and had a strong personality, just like a big black bull. On the African grasslands. And he was very good to Athena. Then where is he now? During a training session while performing routine drills, he suddenly suffered from heat stroke and fainted. He was already dead when he was sent to the hospital. So Athena has never been happy, and neither have I. Only then did Angel understand the broken life Athena was hiding. It turns out Athena was far from as happy as she appeared. On the contrary, her heart was filled with loneliness and sorrow. Not long ago, the boyfriend Athena loved deeply passed away unexpectedly. And after losing her loved one, Athena had no one to talk to or vent to. Instead, she silently closed off her heart, keeping all the longing and pain hidden in a corner where no one could see, bearing everything alone. Even if she was just quietly eating a bowl of instant noodles at home, tears of longing would fall uncontrollably. Every day when she got home from work, Athena would specifically go buy a balloon. When it was late at night, she would take out a pen and seriously write on the balloon, "I miss you very much." Then she would walk to the window and gently release the balloon. Athena hoped that these balloons carrying her longing could float to heaven and reach her late boyfriend, letting him know that she had never forgotten and never let go. Turns out that the breakdown of an adult is always silent, although she pretends to be strong and indifferent on the surface. But in private, she bears all the longing and grievances, just like how we are all used to pretending not to care, and then leaving our tears for the dead of night, hiding our longing in a corner where no one can see, never easily showing it to others. He did not understand the complexity of the human heart, nor did he know how to heal someone trapped in obsession. He knew that he must make Athena happy again. I want to help her. And in order to cheer Athena up, Angel brought other angels who were also on Earth to visit the aromatherapy shop, Remedy. But unexpectedly at Remedy, the first angel just walked into the shop and smelled the aroma, and was immediately knocked out by the scent. Then the second angel appeared. He specifically waited on the path Athena had to take. He picked up a violin and played a soothing melody, trying to heal the sadness deep within. Athena stopped to listen as expected. But just as the atmosphere was perfect, the string suddenly snapped. The harsh sound instantly shattered the silence, and it gave the unsuspecting Athena a start. The second attempt also fell through. The third angel transformed into a street clown. Full of good intentions, he gave Athena a balloon with a smiley face on it, hoping to infect her with innocent joy. But before Athena could show a smile, a gust of wind blew by, and the balloon accidentally slipped away. It vanished into the horizon in an instant. The third effort ended in failure once again. The four angels took turns trying, but they were all helpless. They possess extraordinary powers and can control the little joys of the human world. As night fell, the angel stood alone by the window. At this moment, he finally realized deeply that making someone with deep scars happy is actually such a difficult thing. After all, the obsessions and scars in an adult's heart can never be smoothed over by excitement and surprises. Only by slowly letting go can one truly move on. However, the angel did not give up. Soon he thought of a new plan. One day, Athena returned home after shopping and was instantly stunned by the scene before her. The doorway was filled with all kinds of shoes. The atmosphere suddenly became noisy and awkward. "What are you doing in my house?" Turned out the angel simply thought that the reason people cannot move on from the pain of a past relationship is simply because they haven't started a new one. As long as someone new appears by their side, they will naturally be able to slowly forget the regrets of the past. So he teamed up with the neighbors to specifically invite people over to host a party, hoping to use the excitement and new connections to heal the emotional wounds in her heart. But this self-righteous kindness not only failed to make Athena feel any joy, but instead made her extremely disgusted, thinking of a group of strangers dancing wildly in her house and looking at the shoes scattered at the door. Athena's long-repressed emotions completely erupted. and threw them directly into the trash can. Kindness that doesn't understand the human heart is ultimately just an intrusion. And the knots hidden in the heart can only be untied slowly. The next morning, the angel was searching everywhere in the house for those old shoes. There are so many pairs of shoes, you don't have to wear that pair, right? I like wearing that pair. I only like wearing that pair. Do you really have to go against me? Haven't you had enough fun last night? I wasn't playing, I wanted to help you. Upon learning that everything Angel did was out of good intentions, Athena told Angel that the shoes were thrown away by her. Hearing her say this, Angel's eyes were instantly filled with disappointment. He did not argue, nor did he complain. He just turned around in silence and left home. Angel walked barefoot like that, walking alone on the noisy streets. He embarked on a journey to find the old shoes. He carefully searched every trash can along the road, walking through the streets and alleys of the city. Day after day, he searched persistently for several days. But there was never any trace of the shoes. Those ordinary old shoes carried all the warmth and appreciation he had in the human world. Now that the shoes were lost, it was like losing the only thought in his heart. And what Angel was looking for was never just a pair of old shoes, but the only remaining warmth he had in the human world, and the proof of being sincerely treated with kindness. On the other side, as Angel had not returned home for a week, worry gradually began to rise in Athena's heart. She originally thought Angel was just throwing a little tantrum, and even thought he had just hidden at a neighbor's place. Where is Angel? Did he leave? When did he leave? I was the one who drove him away, but I didn't mean to. Why did you drive Angel away? What is wrong with you? You used to fight with me over Andrew, and now you are fighting with me over Angel. Why did you drive him away? Both of them had different feelings for Angel, so they couldn't help but argue for a while. But after calming down, they both knew that it was meaningless to dwell on who was right or wrong now. The top priority is to find Angel. The two reached a consensus and decided to split up. They traveled through the streets and alleys of the city, unwilling to let go of any possible place. Even if it meant walking through every corner of the city, they had to find Angel. However, fortunately, Athena saw that familiar figure from afar, near a landfill. And at this moment, Angel had just found those old shoes he had been thinking about. The joy of finding what was lost instantly welled up in his heart. This was the first gift he received when he came to the human world, and it was his most precious treasure. Being able to find the shoes again, his anxious heart could finally be put at ease. At this time, Athena slowly walked in front of him, quietly watching his appearance. I found the shoes. I finally know what is most loved. Perhaps it was because of finding Angel that she cried with joy. Or perhaps after losing her boyfriend, it was the first time someone truly understood her loneliness and cherished her intentions. At this moment, all the grievances, stubbornness, and pretense completely collapsed. Athena's crying resolved all the conflicts and estrangement, and this reunion, it also brought their hearts closer together. Two lonely souls. At this moment, they truly understood each other's gentleness and persistence. After returning home, Athena changed from her usual cold demeanor. She unexpectedly took the initiative to prepare hot water for Angel. Seeing this pure, kind, and joyful Angel again. After the bath, Athena gently dried Angel's hair. Angel also opened up. These past few days, I've learned many things, and I've come to understand many feelings. Turns out that some things, you only realize you once had them after you've lost them. Do you know, in this world, there are many things you have to experience for yourself to understand. Like what? Like, sugar is sweet. Flowers are fragrant. When spring arrives, all things grow. And what about love? Athena didn't know how to answer this question. The television in the living room suddenly announced that the holy door in the Vatican was about to open. This also meant that Angel's time to return had arrived. Soon, Angel would leave the human world and return to heaven. Congratulations! The doorbell suddenly rang. Angel went to open the door and saw it was the forgotten neighbor and his little dog. "Why are you like this?" "It's nothing, I was just looking for you everywhere earlier." "So you've returned. It's good that you're back. I'm leaving tomorrow." "So soon?" "Leaving tomorrow? That's good. Good night then." Upon learning that Angel would return to heaven tomorrow, even though the neighbor felt immense reluctance, in the end he could only pretend to be carefree and turn away. This night was destined to be sleepless. The three of them, each harboring their own thoughts, sat quietly in their rooms waiting for dawn. It turns out that true cherishing is never about expensive gifts, but a unique sentiment. Those who can understand your obsessions are true soulmates in life. The next morning, Athena had already packed her luggage, intending to accompany Angel to the Vatican. But as Angel passed by the neighbor's door, the neighbor was actually aware of the movement outside. But when the moment of parting truly arrived, he could no longer hold back his tears of sadness. "A gift for you." "I'm leaving." This parting likely meant they would never see each other again in this lifetime, and that feather became the only memento of their friendship. Goodbye. After leaving home, they took a plane to the Vatican. Then Athena took him on a long journey across mountains and rivers. They arrived at an endless lavender field. The sea of purple flowers swayed in the wind, appearing gentle and romantic. Beyond echoing the theme of the entire film, it also hid Athena's most tender thoughts. "Help me take these flowers to him. He will be very happy when he receives them." "You came all this way just to have me take these flowers to him?" "Yes. Let's go." Angel couldn't help but smile. Deities are inherently heartless, but the encounters, companionship, and concerns in the human world eventually stirred his mortal heart, and he found someone he couldn't bear to leave. After arriving at the waiting hall, the atmosphere of parting became increasingly intense, and the angel, who had never understood sadness, unexpectedly shed his first tear. But just as he was holding back his feelings, the train roared in. The loud sound of the train masked the confession he was about to make. "Think I might have fallen in love with you." Fate is just that full of regrets. The perfect timing, the perfect miss. It seems as if everything is destined by heaven. Sometimes missing out isn't because of a lack of love, but because fate happened to press the mute button at that very moment. After boarding the train, Angel was gloomy the whole time. But he suddenly remembered he still had a promise to keep. He wanted to help Athena walk out of her pain and harvest her own happiness. "Remember you said you wanted to go to a place? Close your eyes first." To fulfill the promise from the past, Angel used his angelic powers to create an exclusive illusion for Athena. There were also the black cattle from the African savanna, recreating the unique scent of her boyfriend. And this exclusive illusion, it was a taste of relief, a taste of rebirth, and a taste of letting go of the past to embrace a new life. Athena always thought she had hidden her worries well, but she didn't expect that this angel, who didn't even understand love, had seen all her secrets in his eyes and kept them in his heart. When the illusion ended, Angel was about to leave quietly, but Athena happened to wake up. She saw Angel standing by the window at a glance. "Let me give this to you." And Angel did not refuse. After putting on the old shoes, he went back to the window. This time Angel did not hesitate at all. He spread his wings and leaped, flying into the vast sky, heading towards heaven. Athena stood quietly where she was, her gaze tightly following the fading figure. An endless longing welled up in her heart. Angel suddenly turned back. He leaned down gently. For Athena, a pure first kiss. This kiss had no worldly desires, only gentle redemption, a silent farewell and a deep blessing. All good things must come to an end. The angel ultimately belongs to the pure heavens, and the human world was just a brief stop for him. Athena held back the tears in her eyes, quietly watching him go, hiding all her reluctance in the depths of her heart. It turns out some encounters are destined to only accompany you for a part of the journey. The angel came to the human world, not asking to stay for the rest of life, only to help you find peace and send you rebirth. And true redemption is never about someone else pulling you up, but about the appearance of someone who makes you willing to let yourself go. One night, while Athena was bathing alone at home, a familiar loud noise came from outside again. It was the same sound as when the angel first fell. She hurriedly put on her clothes and went to the balcony to check, only to see another man fall onto the balcony. "It really is you." "No, it's not. I'm not a bad person. I was just painting the sign up there. I just accidentally fell down. I am the owner of the restaurant downstairs." The man's face and figure looked exactly like the original one. Even his temperament was exactly the same, but he said he was the owner of the restaurant downstairs. Seeing Athena's face full of suspicion, and Athena followed him down, half believing. "Is your name Angel? Angelo? How did you know?" "Michelangelo." "Michelangelo? Yes. What's even more miraculous is that this restaurant owner, even his name was remarkably similar, and this owner, back during the renovation, had already been silently observing Athena. It's just that there was never a suitable chance to strike up a conversation. The familiar scent, the similar appearance, and the inexplicable sense of intimacy. Slowly opened Athena's lung from the heart. She took the initiative to let go of all her concerns, generously offering to give the other person a chance, and agreed to have a meal together. And the restaurant owner readily agreed. "How about right now?" "Okay, right now." "Okay, please." The story comes to a perfect end here. She no longer closes off her heart, no longer indulges in memories and consumes herself. She learned to let go of obsessions and learned to reconcile with the past. She is finally willing to open her heart, accept new fate and new feelings, and embrace a brand new life. After watching this movie from 2 years ago, I believe many friends have questions in their hearts. What kind of ending is this really? Is it a happy and perfect conclusion, or an ending with regrets? And I think this is the highest level of self-reconciliation. In fact, our life is a constant process of saying goodbye to the past. Many people cannot walk out of the shadow of a breakup, not because they still love that person, but because they are reluctant to let go of the version of themselves that once loved deeply. Unable to extricate herself from the past, she deliberately closed her heart, refused to grow, and dared not start a new relationship. She trapped herself forever in the moment her lover left. And the appearance of the angel was a ray of light sent by fate to shatter her closed heart. The angel brought her more than just love. It was a kind of permission. Permission to forget, permission to start over, permission to live well, even if it meant bearing the stigma of being heartless. And the restaurant owner who appeared at the end was actually a gift from the angel, was actually a gift left by the angel for her. He was no longer a god high above, but a companion who had descended to become human. It is like when you finally let go of an obsession, you will find that life has not abandoned you. It just changed the way it continues to love you. Finally, I hope we can all gently reconcile with the past. Even if you let go of past obsessions, you can still be quietly and gently treated by life in the years to come.